Hi, how are you? It's Sunday and it's the end of February, believe it or not. We're talking about happiness. We talked about it a little bit last week. It's a big issue, problem, keeping the smile on your face. Today we're sharing with you five techniques, little things that you can do to make sure you are happy. If you want to share or model these for your family, it's a good idea. Or at our workplace, setting it an example. Happy. It's not on the list, but I think we should add it. Is smile, right? Because that automatically lifts your heart up. Smile. See, it works. And then it makes the other person smile. Okay, now, number one is to be reasonable. We don't want to be creating unreasonable, huge projects, goals for ourselves. And then we can't manage them. And then we get disappointed. So if you do have a big goal, remember to put it into little steps that you can accomplish and feel that joy, that blessing of having it done, and that you did a good job. Okay, so no more huge, unreasonable projects. Baby ones, little ones that we can do. Now, this is somewhat related. What do you put on your to-do list, right? Do you get an 8.5 sheet of paper and you fill it up with your to-do list? And then maybe you make a second column. Maybe you turn the page. Just kidding. But let's be more realistic about what we can do in a day, in a week. If we are planning our week in advance, which is highly recommended, it gives us something to look forward to. Plan. I've heard that putting 3 things on your list each day is smart. It's enough to be proud of. It's not so much that you're going to feel sad because you didn't get it done. Okay? 3 things a day. There's going to be exceptions. But the point is to be reasonable with what we're putting on our to-do list. Now, of course, I know that you know the difference between urgent, necessary, and at your leisure, right? Now, this is interesting. Not rethinking, but being honest with how you're feeling, with your emotions. There's no need to tamp everything down. If you're mad, sad, realize the mad, the sad. Honor those feelings. Mad and sad, I go to my journal. It gets the angst out of me. I write like a crazy person. And most times I can figure it out, the why part. And then with the why comes the solution. Okay? So be honest with your emotions. Don't keep them buried. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you exhausted? Are you confused? Be honest with yourself. Be honest with those that you love. Conversation is a fabulous tool. Back and forth really helps us figure things out. Isn't that exciting? All right, we're up to 4 already. Sometimes we get a little distracted. We know who we are. We know what our core values are. We know what's important to us. Sometimes, though, we get distracted and we notice what the Joneses are doing. And doesn't that just aggravate us, madden us, make us maybe jealous? Now, all those 3 emotions are the opposite of this. So, remember your core values. Remember what keeps you and your family happy, right? Don't be looking outside your own priorities. Concentrate on what you have established as important for you. You might have 3 things, you might have 5 things that are important for you. So review that every once in a while and make sure that you and your family are concentrating on those things and that you're not getting sidetracked by little pieces of junk, right? You want to concentrate on you, your happiness, and your family. And we hope you have a dog and a cat. Fish. This last one, number 5, is a very big one. It's something that I do a lot. Well, I do it less now, but comparing ourselves with other people is a huge barrier to happiness, which is why Love, Laugh, and Learn emphasizes knowing who you are and loving who you are. You see how that keeps that in a nice package. And it's something that we can control, something that we can fix, something that we can polish up if we need to. Love who you are. Know who you are. No comparing yourself with the neighbors across the street, with your superior at work, with the teacher who works across the hall from you. No. Be happy with who you are. And remember, none of us is boring. There's a lot to be happy about. We have a lot of things we've done. We have a lot of things that we're going to be doing. And we've loved a lot of people, helped a lot of people, and we're going to help more and love more. The cycle is forever. It's an eternity of loving and sharing and giving. But we have to be able to manage how much we're doing. And so there were your 5 tips to keeping that smile on your face. Let me review them for you, okay? Your goals, your aspirations have to be reasonable. Maybe you have a big one. All the power to you. But make little steps that are reachable on your way to getting there. Your daily to-do list should have 3 things on it. 3 things. That's all. It shouldn't fill up an 8.5 by 11 paper. Then we feel good. And plan your week. You have something to look forward to the next day. Be honest with your emotions. Don't keep them stuffed up inside. Talk about them. reasonably with your family. If you're not in the mood for reasonableness, that's why I always mention journaling, because it helps me cool down. It gets the steam off. Maybe you have another method where you can cool down. Maybe you go out for a run. Maybe you take a bath. Maybe you take a shower. Maybe you like to knit. We all have different ways that help us cope or calm down, settle our nerves. Don't bury your feelings. Okay, number 4 is remember who you are, your core. Every so often, remind yourself that you are doing a good job. You're doing a great job. The things you care about most, what are they? 3, 4, 5 things that are affecting you. There's a lot of periphery, of course. There's a lot of periphery. But the very important thing is remember your core. And lastly, but I think this one is very problematic for our state of happiness, is that we should not compare. We are brilliant, beautiful, and smart. We are. So love yourself. Be happy for other people, but you are doing a great job. So no comparing. So that's our 5 tips for happiness. I think they're fantastic. I know they work because I've been doing it. Now, next week, we're going to talk about another favorite subject of mine, and that is leadership. What is a leader and who is a leader? What is a good leader? All right, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining us. You can always reach me at lindajoneslouden@gmail.com. That's Linda with a Y, JONESLOUDEN @gmail.com. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye now.